You'll be proud of our young people in the classroom, in the community, and most especially in 310 days in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Those words were how Jim Tressel introduced himself to Buckeye Nation. In front of nearly 19,000 fans at Value City Arena, the newly hired Ohio State football coach sent a message and backed up his words 310 days later.
Wells over the right side, got the first down, he may have a touchdown. He's gone, touchdown Ohio State. It has all worked so far for Tressel. His first matchup with Michigan as the head coach, and everything is clicking right now.
The upset win over Michigan capped Tressel's first Big Ten regular season. He finished with a 7-5 record, but by beating the Maize and Blue, Tressel immediately endeared himself to the Ohio State faithful. In 2002, Tressel and OSU were perfect entering the Michigan game, with a spot in the BCS National Championship on the line. Fittingly, the great rivalry game came down to the final play.
Fires in zone, intercepted. Let's party, Columbus! Jim Tressel and the Buckeyes were ahead to Arizona, where they'll play for all the Tostitos in the Fiesta Bowl.
All the Tostitos were on the line in the BCS National Championship game against undefeated Miami, with Ohio State entering the game as a double-digit underdog. In a classic dogfight, the Bucs stood one play away in overtime from winning their first title since 1968.
Back is Dorsey to throw. Yeah! He throws it in the end zone. Yeah! And it's incomplete. Yeah! The Buckeyes win the national championship.
2 seasons into his career at Ohio State, and Tressel was 2-0 against Michigan and had won a national championship. His legend was growing.
Jack Nicklaus in the house. Our goal is to be just like you. We want to be the best.
Tressel would lead the Buckeyes to another Big Ten title in 2005, and then in 2006, once again, took a perfect record into the Michigan game. Only this time it was number 1 against number 2, with a BCS championship berth on the line.
1, 2, 3,
and once again, Tressel and Ohio State would not be denied.
In zone. Got it. Touchdown. Goes back to Robisky. As Jim Tressel fires away, Ohio State will play for a national championship.
Tressel returned to the desert, where the Buckeyes would play for the national championship against another school from Florida, but this time it was the Gators and former Ohio State assistant Urban Meyer. The Scarlet and Gray had no answers for Florida, as Meyer's squad won 41-14. Tressel was now on the losing end of a BCS national championship game for the first time in his career. Tressel and Ohio State bounced back to earn another shot at a national title in 2007, as the Buckeyes won their 4th straight game against Michigan and captured the Big Ten title.
It was very important to them to win this football game, and we're the Big Ten champions.
When the dust settled in the BCS standings, the computers put the Buckeyes back in the national championship game, this time in New Orleans against another SEC team in LSU.
Here's Chris Wells moving straight ahead. Chris Wells 40, 45, 50. Chris Wells to the 40 of LSU, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and to the house. Chris Wells as Ohio State strikes first.
Despite the early lead, Tressel and Ohio State suffered their 2nd consecutive double-digit loss in a championship game, as LSU ran away with the contest 38-24. 2 straight national title game appearances produced results in recruiting, as Ohio State landed the number 1 player in 2008, a highly touted quarterback from Pennsylvania, Terrell Pryor. Pryor took over the starting quarterback role midway through his freshman year and led the Bucs to 2 straight BCS bowls, including their first Rose Bowl appearance since 1997.
He throws, end zone, Posey, touchdown, Ohio State.
Coach Tressel, congratulations on winning the 96th Rose Bowl game.
In 2010, Ohio State beat Michigan for the 7th straight time, and Tressel earned his 6th consecutive Big Ten title while accepting an invitation to the Sugar Bowl, OSU's 6th straight BCS appearance. However, in the midst of the celebration, the program's and Tressel's integrity suffered a significant blow.
On the 17th, we contacted the Big Ten and the NCAA offices and informed them that we were preparing a self-report of a secondary level 1 infraction.
5 Buckeye players, including Pryor, were accused of selling team memorabilia for discounts at a local tattoo parlor. The NCAA suspended the players 5 games for the 2011 season, but they were allowed to play in the Sugar Bowl, which OSU went on to win. Tressel denied having any knowledge of the players' actions.
When we came back from the bowl game, we discovered through gathering information on another matter that there were some emails that Coach Tressel had received that revealed that he had some prior knowledge regarding the matter with our student athletes.
The discovery of the emails led to Tressel being suspended by the school for the first 2 games of the 2011 season. 9 days later, it was announced that Tressel requested and was granted the same 5-game suspension as his players.
I probably, or definitely, didn't move forward with this information to anyone simply because in my mind I couldn't think as to who that best would be.
Tressel's admission of guilt did little to quell the firestorm surrounding the program, as the NCAA sent Ohio State a notice of allegations in April, stating his actions were potential major violations, leading to rampant speculation of Ohio State cutting ties with Tressel as the school faced an August hearing before the NCAA.
Did the thought of dismissal ever cross your mind in this case?
No, are you kidding? Let me just be very clear I'm just hopeful the coach just doesn't dismiss me.
Wherever we end up, at the end of the day, Jim Tressel is our football coach. All the speculation about him being terminated is pure speculation, and this case, in my view, does not warrant it.
The sentiments from Ohio State's leadership were not enough in the end to save Tressel's job. He leaves the school with 7 Big Ten titles, 5 BCS Bowl wins, and 1 national championship on his resume. But he also leaves with an image tainted through scandal and a decision to withhold information that will ripple through the program for years to come.